If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
Author and Punisher is next. In our magnificent 7 stream. Author and Punisher Drone Carrying Dread in 2022, requested by the professional in need of money, Robert Vaughan. As Lee.
Was it Robert Vaughn?
Yep, that's what it is, Vaughn.
Jeez, you're French. I mean, what is going
on?
on?
I've told you 100 times. They didn't teach me anything about it. Nothing.
I mean...
Oui. That means yes. That's all I know.
I mean, God almighty. I mean,
I can't even say I love you in French. All right, for the song comments, knowing Vin's fondness for the Terminator film score and Sori's fondness for Peter Steele's style vocals. Sorry, babe.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a good chance to get this in front of you two since it came out early this year. Oh, okay. And this one, song number 3, is from Negative Vibes.
This is Negative Vibes?
Yep.
This is Negative Vibes is joined.
Negative
Okay.
Vibes picked this one.
Negative Vibes. Wacky Tour is more of an Ayn Rand capitalist. I get you, buddy. I get you. Trust me.
Shout out to Gershok.
Hey, you're rocking a Gershok shirt. Shout out to Gershok. I was actually talking to them a couple days ago. Hold on. Okay, what's the timestamp for this one? Because this is another like full record.
This is from 0. Oh, starts right at the beginning and it goes to 8:15.
Okay, perfect.
8:15.
Okay. All right, guys.
Please don't ask me during the songs.
Here we go. This is, what's the name of the author and Punisher?
Author and Punisher, Drone Carrying Dread.
Drone Carrying Dread. Let's do this shit. I like the way it starts off.
and Punisher drone carrying dread.
This song is like a futuristic soundtrack type thingamajiggy. Mm-hmm. I think I saw a remake of a movie when I was thinking it was Blade Runner, I think was the name of the movie.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
I saw the was it? No, it wasn't Blade Runner. It was another one. It wasn't Blade Runner. It was something else. Because we saw one with that guy from the thingy, the guy that like he acts, but his face is always blank all the time. I forgot the guy's name.
yeah, I know you're talking.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That's the guy.
I do.
Like
I do.
He's a good actor, but like his like resting face is like damn. Okay, so the rail workers oust union president who backed the labor deal. Good. I think it's too little, too late, but we just talked about those guys actually in the previous recording. Okay. So Ryan Gosling, everybody knows this stuff. It's unbelievable. But no, there was a Blade Runner. My first assignment when I got shipped out to.
That's exactly
Kentucky.
who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's I don't
because that was the Blade Runner one was with him.
Must have been like 2012-ish is when I saw it. I don't know if it was Blade Runner. Anyway, it doesn't
So
matter.
what's the point?
It doesn't matter. The point was it's like that futuristic like neon light, like almost like this kind of background, like colors. We were talking about like the 80s and shit. Like this sounded like like perfect like soundtrack music. And it kind of stayed in the same place.
Yeah, it did. You're right. Yeah.
You know, that hurt it a little bit for me because, you know, I love the variation. I love the melody, but I felt like it wasn't going anywhere. It just camped out in the same place. That was kind of like the problem. But, okay. Laser light upon my head. Breath of air, you wind up dead. Razor wire, bloodborne fear. News of fire, a desperate year. Flash of light, we wake at dawn. Streets ablaze.
Before you get right into it, I liked it. He did have a nice vocal style. And the baby's crying. I just have to tell you, when I went in there, Johan was in there and the baby was asleep, and I said something to him and I was talking too loudly. Johan told me to be quiet. You have to know, we are constantly telling Johan to be quiet and he doesn't give a fuck. Now he has to get the baby to sleep. Now he's like, shh, mom, shh. All I did was talk at a regular. Anyway, it was a funny moment. But yeah, his vocal style, yeah, I see where you were saying the kind of the Peter Steele sound to it. I did enjoy the sound of his voice. I'm with you on it staying the same throughout the whole thing. I would have liked it if in like the middle, I thought at the end they did kind of like stretch it out in a different sort of way that kind of gave you a different feel. But I was really hoping in the middle that he was going to do something like really freaking crazy that was going to make us feel kind of off our seats. But yeah, in the beginning, when it was kind of building, before I realized that there wasn't like a real kickoff point in the song, I was like, this would actually be a fun song to do a cover to.
Oh. Yeah, I agree.
To do a cover, because to kind of like write your own lyrics and kind of do a thing with it. But that would just be like you remember that night that I did that one song where it was like that night it was just like, okay, and then I just wrote something, and the next day I wrote something that's never happened for me since.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pressure behind that one though.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
You don't remember what you'd say?
Was it the rap one you did?
I was dragging my feet. This is what I do when it comes to musical stuff, art stuff. I'm dragging my feet on it, and you were like, all right, that's fine.
I cringe every time we play that commercial.
So do I. And I hope you don't hear it, but you do. Anyway, so I was dragging my feet on it, and you basically said, okay, we're going to put together the CD. If you have something, you can be in with us. If not, we won't. Oh, no. So then all of a sudden, I got this sudden burst of inspiration and got the song done. Sorry, babe.
You're actually not sorry. But
sorry, not sorry.
We continue.
Well, I'm sorry in the sense that it bothers you.
Right.
Oh, no. Okay, so what we're talking about, is this like the end of the world type of situation?
Well,
drone,
literally...
Because the title says drone.
Yeah, what's up, Kai? Kai
but
in the
at
house.
the end, they aimed for the engine and they jumped out as it was slow. They'll starve like the rest of us, begging and cold. So it kind of sounds like whoever did this was kind of like rolling out.
It says end times of the great abandon. So it's kind of like an apocalyptic sort of dystopian future.
But it seems like they took down the top guys too. They're gonna starve just like the rest of us.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of like a sci-fi type feeling because Negative Vibes was talking about this, like with the Terminator and the sci-fi type of theme. And we were just talking about this with in the sauna. We're talking about AI. And
oh
like,
my gosh, that's that was so weird. Yeah.
I don't believe we're ever gonna have AI that's like a self-conscious thinking agent. I don't believe that, because as I said, I believe that consciousness resides in the fifth dimension. So it's not something. It's like what Castro. It's like what Castro said. Like he said, if you create a computer program that tells you everything you want to know about the digestive system, do you think your computer will urinate?
Right.
And he laughs,
Right.
But Castrop is an idealist, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't believe we're ever going to do that. But that doesn't mean that we can't get to really scary places with AI that we cannot control. You know what I'm saying?
Especially because even if you just look at it from like I guess you could say our world viewpoint, but like human beings, we start out, everybody always thinks that a baby is perfect and that they progressively get infiltrated with the sin of the world and they become, like a terrible 2-year-old.
Right. All of a sudden, this wonderful bundle of joy has now become the terrible
Who
twos.
the hell taught this child to bite? But anyway, so we don't believe that. We believe that kids are born with a sin nature, and that as they start recognizing the sinfulness within themselves, you help them work their way out of that. And kind of, give them...
you help them manage it.
Manage it, yeah.
Yeah.
Manage it's a better word. So anyway, why was I saying that?
AI? How that relates to AI?
So, but what I was thinking was, if you, from the start, you have, like, human beings building AI. Like, I think that at first we might build it for the sake of helping humanity, maybe. But I don't know that it wouldn't take very long before somebody would program it for bad. You know what I mean? Like, these things are going to do what's within their programming. And so, I mean, I say that, but we already have drones, which is what the song is about. And it already, like, we've already programmed them for destruction, to destroying people.
Well, part of the terror of AI is that it doesn't have that, it doesn't have the image of God in the sense of the milk of human kindness. Like, so for example, World War II, I've told this story a bunch of times. It was, this American plane, it had been shot up, but it made it out of the, but it wasn't getting to American airspace. And then in the rear view, they see this German plane behind them, and they're just, it's clear that the vehicle was in distress, all the rest of it. And then the German pilot kind of like lines up next to them, and they're like looking at each other. And the German pilot escorted this American pilot into American airspace and then left. Then after the war, they both survived. They met each other. They met each other every year. And the American said, "I love this guy more than I love my brother."
That's so crazy.
And they're both dead now. But that's the terror of AI.
Is it doesn't have that.
It doesn't have that aspect. You know what I'm saying? It's just, see ya. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of this cold, impersonal. So like here, like you lift your head up and boom, you're dead. Like there's no like exceptions for women or children or anything like that. Like that's like the you've created this like massively efficient killing machine, which I put this up on Twitter, and it's amazing the things that don't make the news or like don't get into the national conversation. Like if I was a big conspiracy theorist, I'd say they engineered all this this social economic issues so that they could push all this stuff behind the table, because people don't care about UFOs. They don't care about any of that shit if they're trying to eat, bro. Like we can't go to Walmart. Like we go to Walmart for like let's get some grapes. We end up spending $100. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like nobody cares. But like in California right now, they have robotic police. Like they have these robots that have weapons on them that can legit kill you.
For real?
In California. Yeah, I tweeted about it. A couple people, Jimmy talked about it, but it's like,
well, that's weird.
People are so it's like, yo, we've got these robot killing machines. We got like these remote control cars. As a matter of fact, in Texas, I
don't understand what. Okay, go ahead. I got to know what they're doing.
Here's one. Well, they're killing people.
For what?
I'll explain to you in a second. In Texas, it was after Philando Castile. So Philando Castile got shot up, and this dude finally had enough of it. So he starts sniping these cops. Starts killing them. And the way that they got this dude was they sent one of these remote control thingamies in there to disable him, and then he resisted arrest till the end and he ended up dead. Okay, fine, whatever. But situations like that, right? Like, but that's shit that happens in warfare. Like we've had and we've used those kinds of machines to great effect in warfare. But now, as Middles pointed out, we've militarized the police, and so now, and like this shit is here. It's in America. It's used against American citizens, and people are just like, oh well, hey.
That it's they like, should be separate. The cops should be separate. Like this is kind of on off topic, but like there should be like I don't care if like we have like a militant branch of our government that is there for like when something gets like crazy toxic like that, but regular cops that are just going around to like give us tickets for speeding and blah 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 blah, like those people, like the majority of them that are like roaming around our city like sitting and hiding out so then they can catch you speeding and stuff like that, like all those people should not, like that branch should be, like where is it where they have like the batons, and it's not like there should be a bunch of those people that are there for the common good, and then just have like a branch for like when you have to call them. Like, if, somebody's shooting up the club or something like that, like, well, it will call in the guys that are trained for that. But like regular people, regular cops, like having all this power, having all these weapons, just mixing up tasers and guns.
It's not. Those are not regular. I mean, those are SWAT divisions, et cetera, that have those things, but.
Yeah, but if you have a branch that doesn't want stuff to get toxic, and they're there to help the people, like that, and they only have to call them regular.
There's a difference between toxic and there's a guy that's got a superior position and is sniping and killing people. That's not a toxic situation. That's a.
Yeah, I brought up the club.
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody
when I said toxic, I was actually talking about the cops.
Yeah, like we have a militarized police force. Is the point?
Yeah, and I'm saying we shouldn't.
Well, everybody's saying that we. No,
I don't think everybody's
there's
saying
a whole bunch of people in the country that rightly understand what the actual role of police are, and they have no problem with it.
Right.
Which is to protect the interests of white supremacy and the rich, which is why you saw that picture of the guy getting the shit beat out of him with the American flag when they were doing the January 6th stuff, because that guy was stepping out of position. See what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that shit is crazy. But nobody's talking about it right now because, as I said, like we're all under economic duress right now. So folks are. But yeah, I mean that was the whole point of posse comitatus, things like that. But as David Koresh and the rest of those people displayed, like, dude, you're not gonna outgun the U.S. government. Mm-hmm. And whatever tactics and procedures that they use overseas for urban warfare, I a lot of the let's say it this way, I have heard that a lot of these government-sponsored paramilitary organizations do a lot of their work here. Like back in the day, people were like, oh, I saw black helicopters, blah blah blah, and everybody would laugh at you, But that's a fact. That's a fact. We've been doing drills here, alphabet groups, paramilitary alphabet groups. They all have them. CIA has the activity, NSA has. So, like, they've been doing this shit in America live with no, like, warning to the municipalities there, because you have to get it as real as possible. So,
wow.
Americans are kind of fine with us doing this shit to people overseas. Mm-hmm. And you kind of said it like, but like the minute like the shit is happening to us, it's like, whoa, wait a second here. But yeah. So like it's no joke. We're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble. What do you got? What do you got for this song?
So I'm gonna give this one I'm gonna go with an 8.9. And I would have given it higher had it have had something crazy there in the middle. It just didn't get crazy enough for me. So 8.9.
or variegated enough. Yeah, yeah, it's an 8.8 for me. Dystopian look into the future, and doesn't appear that we're. It doesn't appear that we're. It's crazy because we have these movies like Terminator and things like that are almost like warning us, like, "Hey, this is a problem, Skynet. Hello."
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's weird. There you are, dear listener. The moral of the story is, I don't know. It's too late. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Go.